Hey guys, Sonic. Wait, let me start over. Hey guys, it's HyruleDAD here, and I wanted to give you guys a quick review of Sonic Mania. And my little Sonic amiibo here, and my little Lego Sonic holding his ring here. And as you can see, I really this way, right there. I got the Sonic collectors. Freaking awesome game. Rage quit a couple of times. I had forgotten the age of as a little kid, the patience I had with these games. I could not put this game down. So let's get into it. So starting off, we see the classic intro, Sonic waving his finger. Very reminiscent of Sonic 1, 2, 3. And I believe this story is a continuation of Sonic 3. They're on Angel Island, and these Dr. Robotnik or Eggman minions, they find this stone. It's not a Chaos Emerald, but I believe it's just as strong or stronger. Sends them on a little acid trip here, and they start off again. Classic Green Hill. Classic level. If you don't know this jingle, you're not a 90s kid who played video games. One thing I will say is like this game, it has 12 stages. The first 8 stages are original stages, but if you look at every single stage, from what I realized is every single part 2 of the stage has a little remix. Like that one had the chords that you could glide on. A lot of these stages they have they have a special stage and a bonus stage. Special stage obviously is for the Chaos Emeralds. Very Saturn-ish, which is awesome. Nice little throwback to how games used to control. If you've ever played Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo or F-Zero, you kind of get an idea of how Sonic is moving here. It's a little slippery, but it's a nice throwback. You feel it right away, and if you have that muscle memory, you start within the first 10-15 seconds. You start getting that. On the bonus stages, these are hard. I think I've only beat like 2. They're hard. I mean, if you touch the red, you're done, and you got to collect all the balls that are there. And sometimes there'll be that one ball that you just can't find, and you'll go through the whole stage, minutes just going through it, and you won't find it. But I mean, for the most part, it is a fun little stage, and there's a whole bunch of them all through every single level. I mean, every single level isn't a quick 2-minute stage. There's a lot of stuff that you need to find. And going into a game that I think this is very similar to, and a lot of people are gonna say like, how can you say that? It's in no way close. But hear me out. If you've ever played Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze on the Wii U, every stage had a gimmick, and I use gimmick in a good term, where you remember the stage because it had something special. Sonic Mania is like that. Every stage has something special. Like you play all the Sonic games, you're like, oh yeah, that stage, where you run. Oh, that other stage where you run. I get confused between if it's this loop or that loop, or it has that loop. No, this game actually has every single level. I mean, you're on a train, you're on the plane here, in I believe the chemical plant zone. There's a part where the vaccine, there's a vaccine that you push, and it turns the chemical water into jelly that you jump on, and you appreciate that every single stage has that. Going into the time trials, this is something I had a lot of fun. Me and my son had fun because we were just competing. Where I was choosing Knuckles, he was choosing Tails. My favorite character is Knuckles, and you start seeing that. I mean, it's fun. I've always liked Knuckles. I mean, I think he's kind of the badass, kind of the Raphael of the group. And you start you start seeing how every level is made for exploration. I mean, if you take the high road, the low road, the middle road, you find new things, and I think the developers of Sonic Mania really thought about it. You know, how are we gonna reward our fans who are playing this game? You know, and you're like, oh, what's here? Where do I go? What happens if I go here in the back? I haven't been here. You end up finding something. You end up finding the blue rings. You end up finding another life, and trust me, guys, like, this game is one of those games where in the past where you died, it was unforgiving. You die, you start over from the first part. You're in the second boss. I know I rage quit a couple of times with the oil ocean boss, just because that boss was a difficulty spike. I mean, it's not impossible. It's a difficulty spike. And I noticed that you have to get better at this game, you know, and you start having that muscle memory where you're running, but you start expecting something to be there. So I don't know how to explain it. I guess if you played a lot of Sonic games, you know that you're running, you're going through loops and everything, but there's something's going to stop you. So you kind of tend to see it, you know, coming at you, and you jump, you avoid it, you know. And these games are that's what we played when we were kids. They're hard. That level was driving me nuts. I mean, hours. I obviously I didn't put it here because I didn't want you guys to see how bad I died, just because I sucked at this game. I mean, it had been a while that I had played a Sonic game. I think last game I played was Sonic CD, which is fantastic. The bosses are great throwbacks to the old kind of bosses. They're fun. They have their own little trick. I put the last boss here, just so you guys can see. Now the stage before you get to this boss, my God, that stage. I mean, it's cut into 4 parts. I don't want to spoil a lot of it because I really do think this is one of the best games ever made, and it's a great tribute to something that a lot of 90s kids, now we're in our 30s and our 40s. Something that I think that we're gonna appreciate. But that stage is made for you to kill time, and you got your 10-minute time limit, and I think I got to this boss on my 8th or 9th minute. Thankfully I beat him the first time I got to him, because I would have been insanely pissed if I would have lost. It's a good boss, it's a good fight, good puzzle. It's one of those classic boss fights that you remember from back in the 16-bit era. I mean, it reminded me a lot of having to figure out how to fight Bowser in Super Mario World. And it's a great feeling to be able to go back and play those games that you had when you were 10 years old, 8 years old. And I couldn't put this game down. Even if I rage quit, I still went back and played it. Even if I died, having beaten Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 as a kid, I went back and beat him. And if I couldn't beat him, I replayed those 2 stages and played them and tried to beat them. And if I died again, I would just go back and reload that same save and start over from the beginning and until I try to beat them. And then I started getting smarter with my rings, and okay, I only had 3 lives. By the time I get to the boss, I would have 5 lives, and I'd be down to my last life, my last ring, and your palms are sweaty and the Joy-Cons are slipping out of your hands. And it's that excitement that those 2D games, that these kind of games brought. And honestly, I mean, besides Zelda, besides these other Nintendo games, Sonic Mania deserves to be up there as one of the best games ever made. And if you have a Switch, I believe you should get it on any platform you have. If you have a Switch, I think you should definitely get on the Switch. Sonic on the go, Sonic on the bus, Sonic waiting to get seen by the doctor. It's a great way to spend your money. $20 is not a lot. If you can get the collector's edition, it's $70. Completely worth it. That's what I got. You're a big fan of Zelda, go for it. Totally recommend this game. If I had to score it, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm not really big on scoring the games. I just want to give you my honest opinion. on if they're good. My son enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the game. My wife enjoyed the game. I mean, we all played this game. Anyways, thanks for listening. God bless, and you guys have a fantastic day. Bye.